Hello and welcome to Boomer 11 once again, ladies and gentlemen. We are here to talk about India versus England day one. As the day one has come to an end, we'll be analyzing what happened on this day one of this test match, and there are some good things to talk about, some exciting things. Obviously, you saw some debutants. But before all this, I hope you already had made your team for on Boomer 11 for this test match. If you haven't, there are a lot of other matches going around. The PSL starts in a couple of days, and when you talk about ILT20, it is happening. You can make all your teams on Boomer 11 without further ado. Get on the app, play our fantasy contest, get onto our shop, buy some groceries, some goodies, and get some premium points and play on Boomer 11 and get some premium prizes by playing premium feature on Boomer 11 and also check our predictor feature out. I have Sandipani with me. Sandipani, how do you make up this day? I mean, very accelerating game, accelerating day from being 33 for 3, 326 for 5. India the happy ones at the end of the day, you reckon?
Definitely. And it was a good pitch to bat on. So it was a very, very important toss to win once again. Because as the days progress, I think it is going to get more and more difficult to bat with more uneven bounce and the ball turning a bit. We have already seen signs of the pitch getting slower and slower in the first day itself. But still, I think it was a pretty, pretty good wicket to bat on. And India would have been very, very disappointed 33 for 3, and they could have been 47 for 4 as well if Joe Root could have hung on to. I am quite certain that he has hung on to much difficult chances, but today it was just not meant to be. It was Rohit Sharma's day, finally getting his 11th run. So at the end of the day, that 204 runs partnership, if Sarfaraz Khan, the way he was batting, if he wouldn't have gotten out, I think India would have been ecstatic, but I think they
Yeah.
would still take 326 for 5 from 33 for 3.
Yeah, good point. I mean, good point from you. I think we have a comment with us says talk about the run out. Yeah, we will come about it. I think that is the thing we'll address and Jadeja century later on. But let's talk about the debutants, right? I mean, such a big day for Indian cricket. You had player cap number 310 and 311 making their debut for India. There is Dhruv Jurel and Sarfaraz Khan making their debut. Sarfaraz Khan, we all know this was much awaited, and this also become a history because this is the first time in many years more than three debutants have made their debut in a particular series since Australia 2013. It's almost a decade now since three debutants you have seen in a particular series in India. I'm talking about. You've seen Rajat Patidar, Sarfaraz, and Dhruv Jurel making the debut. But what a beautiful time for these both to get their debut and to have a middle order of cumulatively of one test match. That's the way India had lined up today. So you had to send in
Yeah.
Jadeja to just mix and match, and it turned out to be a good call at the end of the day. But let's just talk about the debut. Maybe the biggest debutant, Sarfraz Khan. I know centuries are to be talked about, but let's address this first up because that's what everybody wants to hear. I mean, what a knock, right? Sarfraz Khan coming in. There was obviously jitters, that beautiful the emotions. BCCI, if they wanted to make a movie, they could make it because everything, the broadcast, everything was around Mr. Naushad Khan and Sarfraz Khan handing over the cap, tears, emotions. It was very raw. I mean, this is as beautiful as it could have ever gotten. And you saw that cap being handed over, Sarfraz coming out to bat, missed the sweep, all of a sudden jitters. But from there, he never looked back. 48 ball 50 on debut. What a stunning way to make a debut, isn't it?
Exactly, and I think first of all, to start off with, I think we at Boomer 11 have been Sarfaraz shippers from day one. So I think a big congratulations to him. Hopefully, if he watches after the game, but we are very, very happy for him. Finally got the test call up, and a deserved one at that. I think he's a player that deserves this call, or deserved this call in the last cycle. But we were still banking on our stalwarts in the likes of Pujara, Rahane, and giving Hanuma Vihari that extended run at number 6. But I think it's a great call, and he just showed everybody why he belongs to this. Belongs at this stage. There were no, yeah. Initially, he missed that sweep, but since then, once he got that first boundary, there was no looking back. He was taking the attack on all the bowlers, even a James Anderson stepping out to him in the first delivery. This is the first time in the series that you had the wicketkeeper standing up to James Anderson, a bowler who has picked up 695, 696 odd wickets in Test match cricket. If you treat him with no fear, then if you, I mean, kudos to you. And none of the Indian batters did show this sort of an intent. I think this is the intent that we were expecting of Shreyas Iyer, Shubman Gill, the young gen. This is what we expect of them. Yashasvi Jaiswal had showed glimpses of it, but I think Sarfaraz Khan just in that middle order, something that India needs desperately. It will be
Yeah,
very interesting to see how he goes on. But with a first class average of 69 and a 62 on debut, you can't have anything better. I mean, ask for anything else from this young lad. And also, I
absolutely.
expect Dhruv Jurel to do wonders as well tomorrow. I think it's a good call. I think you called it perfectly. That give two test matches to Bharat, and then if he's not doing the job with the bat, you might as well have Dhruv Jurel.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm glad about Dhruv Jurel as well. He's someone who has worked his way up, and he looks like an exciting prospect. He comes from a very similar mold, like you spoke with Sarfaraz Khan. He likes to bat with intent, and that's a new gen of test players, right? They want to bat with intent. They want to make a statement, and it's good. I mean, to be honest, we've been treating English spinners like they're Monty and so on. To be honest, I mean, they're
Yeah,
not that quality and they're not that caliber. Rihan Ahmed is someone who's going to give you half tractors every four balls, and then there is
exactly.
Tom Hartley, who you have made a big deal of him. You know how you can absolutely take him to the cleaners, and Sarfaraz
But I
showed
think
this
Tom
is the
Hartley
way.
is still a Jack Leach sort of a bowler. You can easily counter him, and
Come on,
he's not
you have.
very
I mean, we are Indians, right? We're not supposed to be scared of these kind of mediocre
exactly.
bowlers. And I mean, we've treated him with so much of respect, and that's not the way to play spin in India. In India, if an overseas spinner comes, you're supposed to dominate him, and that's the way you have played. Your legends have played the game. The person who was sitting in the dressing room himself has played way the game that way. So I think we've been treating overseas spinner with a lot of respect in the last 4 to 5 years, and that's about it. I think it's about time we treat them like the way Sarfraz did. But let's talk about the run out now. You think very unfortunate for Sarfaraz Khan to be missing out after that beautiful start. Went for that run for Jadeja century. It was Jadeja's call at the end of the day, right? He's the one who played that shot to mid on, took that initial stride, called for the run, backed out. Something you saw from Jadeja in 2020 in Melbourne, where he was in
Hmm.
49, made a Rahane run when he was in 112. Same run out, very similar. What do you make of it? This could be slightly series turning if things could have gone other ways.
Yeah, definitely, and I think the way Sarfaraz was calling Jadeja Bhaiya Bhaiya for all of the singles, I think Jadeja just had one back. He just wanted to make a statement that he's not that old for a 26-year old to be calling him Bhaiya. But and no, jokes apart, I think it was. Entirely Jadeja's call. I think Sarfaraz. Even you saw the single that Jadeja took to get to 99 from 98. That was a risky call as well. This is something that I think as cricketers, or I can only say even in a gully cricket or wherever, if somebody is batting or very close to a landmark or a milestone, the batsman at the non-strikers end is very intent to get that thing done with. And I think that is what we saw over here. He was trusting Jadeja with the call. And this is not the first time today as well that Jadeja had issues with the running. Even with Rohit Sharma as well, in that beautiful partnership of 204 runs, you could see that some of the times Jadeja was just halfway down the pitch, calling for a single and then going back. And I think the mid on fielder was very very close, so he just timed the ball a bit too hard, and Sarfaraz Khan did not have any time to look at the ball, and he was also facing the other end, so it was going on behind his back, so he couldn't do anything with that. It was very very
Absolutely.
unfortunate. By the time he responded to the call, by the time he realized that there was no run in it, it was too late.
Absolutely. But having said that, I think we have to talk about Rohit Sharma. I mean, incredible game for him. We already mentioned about his 11th century. Yeah, he got alive early on when Joe Root could have held on to it, but it wasn't to be, and Rohit Sharma capitalized on it. I mean, what a hundred from him. It was uncanny like Rohit Sharma innings because he was quite different today. He took his time, he showed what he can do, and he was absolutely on top. He won match single handedly. I mean, are you talking about Rohit Sharma? Maybe yes. That century is well deserving to be a match winning century or a series defining century, you can say, from the captain because you wanted him to score runs. And he stepped
Right.
up when it mattered the most. And this was such an important innings for Rohit Sharma because remember, the last 8 innings in 20, last 10 innings rather in 2024, he hasn't had a lot of impact. And for him coming into this test match, there was pressure. and he answered that beautifully. I mean, he played, he took on the innings, and he played with a lot of determination. He did not take the aerial route unnecessarily, and unfortunately, he fell to that short ball setup, which he knew was coming. But he did his job perfectly. From 33 for three, when team was struggling to play that knock to take the team over 230 odd. I mean, that was a class knock from Rohit Sharma.
Exactly, and I think you have summed it up pretty well. India needed it desperately at 33 for 3 for the captain to step up, especially because he hadn't really got going in the first four innings. And in a team that, like you showed in the visuals early on, that this is the first time that India have three debutants in a Test series since 2013. So in a series where you have all these inexperienced lads coming to follow. If another wicket would have fallen at that stage, I think if India would have been 50 for 4, 55 for 4, it would have been a different case scenario altogether, because two debutants coming in at 55 for 4 would have been a
Yeah,
totally different ball game, even if it was the flattest of decks. So I think that partnership between Jadeja and Rohit Sharma was very important, especially Rohit Sharma. The way he held his composure, did not go to play unnecessary shots. I mean, we have seen Rohit Sharma try to follow up a six with another six. Uh, a lot of commentators were calling him to go for that big one when he was on 94. It was very mature of him to play out till go to T at 97 not out, come back, get the 3 runs, get tick off that milestone and carry forward. A big one was on the cards. India will really, I mean, he was really disappointed when he got out as well. You could see the emotions when even a Sarfaraz Khan got out, because Rohit Sharma knows that this is a pitch that you need to take advantage of in the first innings. It is only going to get difficult to bat on in the second innings. And tomorrow, day two, is considered to be the best day for batting. So if Indian tailenders or the lower order isn't aren't able to hold their own, we still have the likes of Dhruv Jurel and Ashwin to follow. But if somehow they collapse, then England will have an advantage. They'll have an opportunity to take that seize that advantage.
makes sense. I mean, that's a good point because you mentioned about this being a good deck. What do you make of this pitch? I mean, I thought the first 1 hour was something which India had to negotiate, and India lost 3 wickets there. But after that, there was such a beautiful batting wicket. And how do you see this pitch progressing from here on? Do you think the ball will keep low and the ball's going to turn a lot more? You saw a couple of balls turn off Tom Hartley today. No, it really turned a big mile. So I think one of the balls was Sarfaraz caught before he
Yeah.
got out. I mean, it turned from the middle, and then it went on top of the off stump. And there's a lot of bounce in this wicket as well so far. So it's not that low bounce of a wicket. There are certain balls which is keeping low, but then majorly it's shown good enough bounce.
Yeah, I think it is a very balanced wicket, and I think rightly so. A lot of talk about pitch conditions when opposition are touring India for a test series, and I think whatever we have seen in the last, probably Hyderabad, it was still a turning track from day one. The pitch eventually got better, but I think the second test and the third test, the venue, the pitch conditions, whatever we have gotten has been amazing for test cricket. I think you couldn't have asked for anything better. And to all the I mean critics, pitch critics out there going on and saying that we prepare pitches based I mean supporting our spinners. Obviously, it is going to be spin friendly if you're coming and touring the subcontinent. That you'll have to get used to. But whatever quality of the pitches that we have seen in the last three tests, I think have been awesome. And I think they deserve the credit as well. When the game gets over in 2 days, people are very quick to jump on the wagon and criticize the staff for creating a pitch or that is not suitable for playing test cricket. And I think we have produced a pitch that is far better than what South Africa did or say an England did.
Absolutely, and you're spot on in saying that because these two games, right, especially the one in Vizag, was one of the better batting surfaces I've seen in India in last 1 decade. We talk
Right.
since 2015, you barely saw any good wicket like that. I think 2016 England series, you saw a lot of good batting wickets. You saw 700 being scored by India, 650. That was one of the better batting wickets. But since then, you have not really seen very good batting wickets, right? You've seen decent batting wickets, but not the ones where you can really go out there and thumb branch where there's an even contest between bat and ball. And I always think you don't need to have batting wickets. You need to have good wickets where there's an even contest between bat and ball. That's what we call sporting wickets, where ball also is in the play as much as bat is. Now you talk about services like in South Africa where just survival is the best mode. Even you can't survive for more than 50 balls. You know there's going to be one ball with your name in. But these are the wickets where if you get your eye in, you can go on to score big, and you can absolutely make the most out of it. And come the second innings, it's going to be a bowler's game, right? So that's where
Yeah.
I personally think it's been a good wicket thus far, and I hope Indian spinners come into play a lot better because there's Kuldeep Yadav. What do you make of the selection of Kuldeep Yadav over Akshar Patel? Because there was a lot of debate on this because Akshar Patel is the one who got the nod ahead of Kuldeep Yadav in the first test match, but in second test match, as Jadeja was out, Kuldeep had to come in. But Kuldeep Yadav, seals his place and Akshar Patel had to go out. Akshar Patel, is known for his good batting in the recent past, but Indian
Yeah.
team has said no, we want a bowler who can be slightly more different in comparison to having two left arm spinners.
I think it's just clarity of thought. You don't need to bat. You don't need an Ashwin coming in at number 9. For somebody who has 5 test hundreds, does not deserve to come in at number 9. I know batting depth is important, but I think Ashwin is a capable enough batter to come in at number 8 and do the job for the team. So with Akshar Patel, if he's not adding um anything spectacular with the ball, I think Kuldeep Yadav is your go-to player. I had this unpopular opinion even before the first test. I wanted Kuldeep Yadav in the team because Jadeja and Akshay Patel are similar sort of bowlers. And apart from the previous test series versus England, Akshay Patel has not really threatened any batters in subcontinent conditions as well. It's
That's
mainly
good.
Ashwin and Jadeja who are doing the job. And I think India realized, and I think this is a very, very good call from them to get the left hand leg spinner the go. And I
Mhm.
think Kuldeep Yadav can hold his own with the bat as well in Test cricket. He
How do
came
you
in as a
see
rank
him
one.
batting tomorrow? Now you spoke of his bowling. Do you see him contributing 30, 40 runs to the
So
bat?
honestly, I think I feel he may come in and occupy a lot of deliveries, but he's going to go very, very soon tomorrow. Not
I mean,
I don't
Mark
think.
Wood, it's going to be interesting how he plays new
Yeah.
ballers
I
with
don't see
Mark
him
Wood.
scoring more than 10, 15 runs. And also, I think talking about Kuldeep Yadav, I think the approach that he took in the second test was something uncharacteristic of Kuldeep Yadav with the bat, looking to go after the bowlers. Kuldeep Yadav is more an Ishant Sharma sort of a batter who likes to bide
Yeah.
his time, is a perfect
Yeah.
place for a
But
night
Kuldeep
one.
has had a lot more talent than Ishan Sharma the bat. If you look his domestic cricket, he knows how to handle with the bat, right?
Yeah,
He's not a mug with the bat.
but we have seen Kuldeep Yadav getting demoted down the batting order
Yeah.
consistently. We saw him come in at
Yeah, he's
number
not
11
really
in the World
improved
Cup.
in the talent he had. So that's one thing
Right.
which you have to point out. I think Bhuvaneshwar Kumar was someone who really showed what he can do in overseas conditions with the bat because he was such a handy batter. But Kuldeep Yadav, he's shown potential with the bat, but he's not really improved on it. So Kapil says Sarfaraz runner was the worst thing that happened today, and the culprit was CSK Rockstar. But Kapil, I also would like to say that Mr. Ravindra Jadeja has taken to social media to apologize publicly to Sarfaraz Khan, which is very class of Ravindra Jadeja to do that. Nowadays, he has taken everything
I
social media
think
wise.
it was quite visible in Jadeja's face as well. Rohit Sharma was really, really livid. Sarfaraz Khan was just disappointed, and I mean Rohit Sharma was so livid. Jadeja couldn't even celebrate his century. I think
Yeah,
the short celebration would have gone on for a bit longer. We could have seen a more extravagant celebration if he wouldn't have run out Sarfaraz Khan for
yeah.
99.
If Sarfraz wasn't run out, we could have possibly seen third centurion for the day because at the pace he was batting, I
Yeah.
bet he would have been at least on 90s, if not 100 today, because he was really taking it on. And it would have been lovely to see. But I hope
And
another
also with
debut will watch him.
all the I mean pressure that Jadeja is feeling off the field with the controversy with his family, I think he didn't really want another controversy, especially from I mean with Sarfaraz Khan, because people love Sarfaraz Khan, especially I mean a lot of people were calling for Sarfaraz Khan to come into the test selection test team.
I mean, it's
The
been not
emotion,
now, right? It's been more than
not
2 years
now.
since
I mean,
people
it's
wanted him.
that is exactly what I said. I mean, it was he should have ideally he should have been in the team in the last
Yeah,
test cycle
yeah.
itself. But after today's the emotions that we saw on the field before the start of play, with Naushad Khan coming in the ground, kissing the cap, and everything, it was so beautiful to see. And then after the start he got joint fastest half century by a debutant for India, joint with Hardik Pandya, of course, 48 deliveries, and the momentum that he brought into his innings. The way he got out, I think Jadeja was really, really scared. If he wouldn't have apologized, I think internet would have had the better of him. His century would have gotten
Absolutely.
overshadowed.
So Kapil's asked now. What now? Tell me the future of Gill now. Yeah, Gill, after that 100, he has fallen for a duck. What did you make of that? I mean, to be very honest, I really felt that 100 was just him saving or biding time or an extension of sort. Say that give me one more, two more test matches.
Just,
But he cannot continue this inconsistent run, right? I mean, I'm not asking him to score another 100, but come on, man. On a good batting deck, you are one of the senior pros in the team, considering that batting lineup supposed to take up the response. You're batting number three, which is one of the most crucial positions for Team India. And for him, you saw the disappointment in Rohit Sharma's face when he got out. But it was a good ball, understandable. But this does not justify getting out for
I think
duck.
today it was just 14th jitters. I think he was celebrating a little bit too much yesterday. Today he just didn't get his eye in. 9 balls, Mark Wood got the better of him. Talking about Mark Wood, I think we should mention him. I think Mark Wood had the most impactful performance from England's side today. 3 wickets and that crucial run out. I mean, yeah, Sarfaraz Khan was way gone, but it's still important to hit the stumps under pressure for a fast bowler who has bowled 16, 17 overs a day towards the later end of the day. To inflict that run out was amazing as well. And also, I think he got his plans right. In the first spell, I think the ball was doing a bit. He got two crucial scabs of Jaiswal and Gill, and then came back to follow the plan perfectly to get the better of Rohit Sharma as well.
When Sarfaraz scored runs, it felt like someone from us scored runs. It felt very satisfying. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it was the first time I'm seeing after a long time. Whole of India wanted him to do well, and it felt like a personal success for a lot of people. I mean, we've had Sarfaraz here on our shows couple of times, and all the time, the dream was always on. The fire was burning. I remember doing an interview with him in 2020, if I'm not 2021, when he's
21.
just
Yeah.
when he was just getting along, and now when he's reached. I mean, at that time we thought he could make it that year, but he kept waiting. I mean, finally he's got that cap which he truly
I mean, but
deserved.
now it will be difficult to get a hold of him for another interview, right?
Yes, I mean, abhi charge thoda
The stocks has
badega.
risen.
Stocks has risen. Yeah, he's an India player now, right? From today, for 15th of Feb 2024, he's an India player. It's so hard to get him. But anyways, we are so happy to get. Whenever we got him, he was such a kind guy. He was such a sweet guy. Share his time, and we wish him all the best. Sarfraz can become Inzi boy from India.
I wouldn't want that.
I don't want that. Let him be Sarfraz of his
But
own.
but
Why
also I
do
feel with Inzamam's fitness, it is very difficult to play cricket, international cricket in these days with that sort of fitness standard. I think back then
yeah,
it was okay if you're scoring runs, it's fine.
yeah.
But
I
now
think
if
we'll
you
go to a very interesting discussion after this. Alisa says Abel's hand just smiles too. Okay, thank you, Alisa. But we'll go into a discussion. Mr. Jesha has come out yesterday, hammering some of the youngsters of Team India. We know who he's talking about. Definitely he's talking about Ishan Kishan and Shreyas Iyer. But he's hammered them saying that abhi nakre nahi chalenge. Now every domestic cricketer will have to play for Ranji Trophy, or else their selection will not be there for Team India. And if Indian team has asked you to go play Ranji Trophy, you go play. नखरे नहीं चलेंगे that I'm injured, मेरा तबीयत ठीक नहीं है. We
a
did
lot
speak
of
about it.
thing a lot of thing explosive came out from Jayasha's
Yeah.
speech
I
yesterday.
mean, Desha is very straightforward. It doesn't beat around the bush. जो है वो है. So J-Bhai has given his particular
But
take
I
on
think the
keeping
biggest
up the
news coming out from him was Rohit Sharma being the T20 captain
Yeah,
for India
that is
for
that
the
is a big
2020.
news. Rohit Sharma will be India's T20 captain, and Hardik Pandya will be his deputy for a change in an Indian blue jersey. Uh, so, but yeah, let's talk about that particular thing from Jesha. What do you make of it? A very clear-cut statement given out by the secretary of BCCI to say that "Nakre nahi chalenge." That's exact statement he has used on record, saying that you guys, if you've been told to go play Ranji Trophy, you go play Ranji Trophy, and you don't talk about anything else, and you just go play it, and you can't bring up any excuse, no matter who you are. And especially considering the recent controversy of Ishan Kishan and Shreyas Iyer, both of them not wanting to play Ranji Trophy. It's been said that he's already called the players and told there'll be a mail sent out. If you don't want to play it, look for other career options, is what he's told.
But I think it's a little bit hypocritical because right now India are getting in youngsters from based on their domestic talent.
Yeah, but
We
this
were
is good,
calling for
right?
it for
You're
the last
doing
two
that.
years.
Uh huh.
It's a bit hypocritical on Jayasha's part. I'm not saying it is not the right move. I think absolutely right move. It has come late, but I think it's the right call. Definitely there's a total domestic circuit where you have 3 months of Ranji Trophy every year. to prove yourself. If a player is doing well, if a player is doing well in IPL, if he gets to be picked in ODIs or T20s based on his IPL performance, why people are not getting picked based on Ranji performances for Test cricket and Vijay Hazare, Said Mustaqali for the limited overs cricket as well? I think that is as important as it gets. IPL only allows us to see a certain section of the Indian talents that we have, but
Yeah.
talking about domestic cricket, we have only Indian players, and I mean, a lot of people who are probably not able to shine in the IPL can do it in domestic cricket. I know the pressure of playing the international tournaments or international cricket is going to be difficult, but there are lots of phases. There is India A, uh, and then lots of I mean, India A is there. You have your state teams as well. The step to play for India, or the mark of playing for India is a long way back, and I think the process is already there. The process has been there for the last 50, 60 years now. It's finally time that they, uh, I mean, emphasize the Ranji Trophy, Ranji cricket as well, and I think that they have done is the right call.
What do you make of it? Because there are two ways to look into it. Number one, you can say that yes, your IPL participation can be put in jeopardy for what has happened, as Teju rightly mentioned. And he also has gone on to say that BCCI is the supreme body. If BCCI wants, they can tell a particular player to manage the workload, and they can tell a particular player to rest. What do you make of that?
Another very good call. I think whatever is happening in Indian cricket right now is a step towards the right direction. I know the transition, once say the senior experienced players are gone, like Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, the transition will take some time. But I think this is the way in the right direction. I think going forward, BCCI should have uh, an I mean, a say in whether a player wants to prioritize their IPL or their international cricket, and a great thing coming out of it.
So even okay, it says players will Krunal Deepak are already shivering knowing that they have glass bodies, but good call from Jesha. These players earn good money and keep themselves. Yeah, exactly. You hit the nail on the coffin. Deepak Chahar, Krunal Pandya, lot. There are a couple of the examples. Ishan Kishan, Shreyas Iyer. A lot of these players play from IPL to IPL. They think everything can be, taken away, and they can just stay focused on just one particular format, that is IPL, and not to worry about anything, and hopefully performing in IPL will get them a test call. I think that should be taken away, and he's very clear in pointing that out. IPL selection will be in
And I think
jeopardy.
the names are totally apt: Krunal Pandya and Deepak Chahar.
If players don't get selected from Ranji Trophy for at least tests, why will they prioritize first class cricket? Exactly. Manoj Tiwari, captain of Bengal, just told a week ago, let's take away the domestic first class cricket because they are not getting prioritized. But I'm glad over the last 2 weeks, Rajat Patidar, Dhruv Jurel, Sarfaraz Khan are testaments, or Akash Deep Singh for that matter, are testaments to our domestic setup. And Saurabh Kumar also got selected into the team, though he did not make his debut. It's so hard to make a debut. You can't give everybody a debut cut, but
Exactly.
getting second to Indian team in itself is a big deal. So a lot
And
of these
also you
players
had
are
the,
bringing out a
even I
lot.
think Devdutt Padikkal is in line as well.
Yeah, he's online as well. So I think Deva Patil getting selected again. He average of more than 55 to 60. Performed well, not just in Ranji Trophy, also in India A. Manna Saha says, hello, excellent video. Thank you, Manna Saha. I hope you're doing good. But yeah, at the end of the day, I think Jay Shah and Indian team has laid the roadmap that there is no more this kind of beating around the bush for IPL. And if you have to save your red ball format, you will have to be very stern with these modern day players that.
I think just playing for the captains, the Indian captains team in the IPL franchise is no longer going to get you a
I
selection in
think
the
you think
international
this is
team.
all because our Indian captain is no more the captain of IPL. All of a sudden, the priorities have changed.
But I think it is a step in the right direction.
I mean, let's be honest, right? You think? I personally think so. Yes, if
Yes,
if it was
exactly.
the Indian captain of an IPL franchise, this wouldn't have been the talk, right? The Indian
And
captain is
and
not
this
part
is
of the IPL
this is
franchise.
so
The
funny going
title is
forward
different.
because Hardik Pandya is going to captain Mumbai Indians, and then after the IPL ends, right after the IPL ends, we'll have the T20 World Cup where his teammate Rohit Sharma is going to be back as the Indian captain, and Hardik Pandya will have to sit as his deputy. Very
Yeah.
very interesting.
Yes, yes, I agree with that. But the cricketers should never forget their roots, which give them life to prove themselves. Absolutely, Teju. I mean, you told the point, nailed it. Ranji Trophy is the breeding ground for talent, right? That's where you start off your career. That's where you should give priorities. All, if you look at our legacy of cricketers, right, from the 1940s to from the Vinu Mankits to the Virat Kohlis to the Gavaskars, Wankade's, everybody have played the Ranji Trophy, and they've all proven themselves in the Ranji Trophy, and that's why it is a Premier's red ball format, and you're supposed to play when Ranji Trophy to get selected for India, and at least to get selected in the Test team. I can still understand you can keep a different parameter for T20
And you have
format, only
had
for
over the
T20
last
format.
2 decades or so, you have had players who have done exceedingly well in Ranji Trophy, but couldn't really capitalize on the international opportunities that they got.
Absolutely.
I think Amol Majumdar and Wasim Jafar are two prime examples of players who have done exceedingly well in Ranji Trophy year after year, but couldn't really capitalize on the international. Manoj Tiwari is a great example as well.
Yeah.
I think he's still playing for Bengal, still playing well. And with Ranji Trophy getting more importance, I think the likes of Abhimanyu Ishwaran, who are scoring
Yeah,
lots and
I
lots of
saw like so
runs.
even Sanju Samson for the matter was very reluctant towards Ranji Trophy until the last season. I mean, it's good. These centrally contract players should go and play Ranji Trophy. I mean, what is this? You have an IPL contract of 15, 16 crores, chill at home for 3 months. What you can't say workload management. You're just lazy. That's all I would say. You're getting all the luxury in the world because of IPL, and I think it's good. BCCI have understood the problem and they've addressed it. All thanks to a couple of players showing Nakra, especially Ishan Kishan himself for saying that I will train in Baroda with my big brother Hardik Pandya because he has told me that I'll play for 14 games in IPL. I don't care about anything else. And good, busy hit back on him. And Shreyas Iyer saying that he tried to fake his back injury for a while, told him to go play. They
I mean, he
instructed him.
didn't really face back injury. I think you're being a too harsh on
No,
Shreyas Iyer. But
so I don't know if you know Sandeepani. BCA asked him in this 9 day break to go play a Ranji Trophy match. Then we'll consider you for selection. But Shreyas Iyer told that I have a back injury. But the very next day, he was okay. Then we're not selecting you for the Indian team for the next
test,
test
yeah.
match. My back injury is fine. So that's how people have been acting. So you can't just keep doing this, right? What is your exact issue?
Yeah, I
If you're
think
out of form, go
this is
play.
yeah, the hunger has to be there, the hunger to play for the nation. People are getting people were getting a bit complacent. They realize that it's totally fine if you can, if you are able to play perform in the IPL, and then you'll get to play in the international circuit as well. I think Ishan Kishan and Surya Kumar Yadav are prime examples of good performances in the IPL, even earned them a call in the test circuit as well. uh,
I mean, I don't
yeah,
think
Sandeep Ali
Sandeepani
seems
backs
but
this kind of nonsense. Though Sandeepani is a hardcore KKR fan, I can assure you he doesn't. It's only when it comes to KKR, when it comes to India, it's a different Sandeepani. It doesn't
exactly, exactly.
necessarily back Shreyas Iyer that much.
I mean, if I can go after Virat Kohli, then who is Shreyas Iyer?
Yeah, exactly. Who's Shreyas Iyer? That's the exact point. Shreyas Iyer, who all he knows is baat to sahi hai. That's what he'll come and say at the end of the day. You know, he knows he's not improved his
But I
short
think
ball.
Ishan Kishan thought that he would probably get to play for the T20 World Cup as well. If Hardik Pandya
Yeah.
would have been the captain, he said, "Big bro, I'll come. I'll train for the T20 World Cup as
Such
well." I think,
a big bummer for Ishan Kishan and a lot of these
yeah.
players and a lot of players who thought Mumbai Indians will get selected, will play for India next season. I think it's such a big bummer, and I really like the way how we have approached this, and I hope we continue with this approach, and hopefully we see a lot more good talents. I'm glad that today we released Mukesh Kumar out of the squad to let him go play Ranji Trophy for Bengal. So this is the way we should be. Ranji Trophy should be
Thankfully, a little
prioritized.
too
It's a
late for
knockout.
Bengal, but okay. I mean, they are knocked out for the
Yeah,
of this this
they're knocked out,
cycle's
is it?
Ranji Trophy. Yeah, they're knocked out. They lost to Mumbai by an
That's all.
innings and then lost to Kerala as well.
So Kerala, right? They lost to Kerala and Mumbai, yeah. But yeah, I think we'll do a show on Ranji Trophy very soon because I think if Indian team is promoting Ranji Trophy, I think we should also do it. I think we are the ones who should be blamed at the end of the day because
And
we
also,
don't
you
talk
you
enough
see
about it.
this Ranji Trophy example. A lot of players have suffered from it as well. The likes of say a Kedar Jadhav, when he finally got selected for the Indian team, I think it was a bit too late for him. He had been performing consistently for Maharashtra in the Ranji trophies, did not get any selection. Finally, he was brought into the white ball cricket.
I have a very interesting name, Jared Saxena.
Jarat Saxena, yeah.
I mean, what a phenomenal player he has been, but he's
But
never
I think
made it
this
right.
now, I think players for the likes of Jalat Saxena will have more opportunities, and hopefully they'll get to perform and play for the Indian team in the near future.
Man, if you ask me, someone who deserved a call ahead of even a giant Yadav was Jal Saxena, but he never got that nod ahead. He's been picking up wickets. Recently picked up a 9 wicket haul. Good luck to Shreyas Iyer is what
Against
he says
KKR,
after
picked up a 9 wicket haul against KKR. Sorry, Bengal.
Bengal. Yeah, yeah. As soon as KL and Kohli comes, KL play one down, remove Gill. Sarfaraz perform 3 or 4 down. Iyer doesn't deserve press. I think that's the way it was going to be. I think
I
we
think it's done.
predicted
I
this
think
at the start, right?
Jasha is very clear. Iyer will no longer be playing for India in test matches in the near future.
Very clear, very clear. And and if he's going to bring this excuse of back injury, that injury, then definitely not. He's not coming in. So I think tomorrow. I think the next matches start from tomorrow, right? Yeah, it starts from tomorrow. The
Yeah.
next round of Ranji Trophy matches. Hopefully, it's a good one. It's a round six, and by from there we'll know who makes it to the next round. Some of the interesting fixtures are definitely Punjab, Tamil Nadu is a good one. Mumbai taking on Andhra versus Kerala, very important fixture in terms of the group. So if you're
Talking about
interested in
cricket
Ranji Trophy,
worldwide, I think the IL T20 final is also coming up.
what did you think of that particular decision of the board, Emirates board, to postpone that qualifier to the next day, knowing that some of the main players or MIE will be reaching the next day?
It was really controversial because ADKR did not get the same opportunity. Andrew
Yeah,
Russell was smacking Australia all across Perth
yeah, yeah.
when their team, Sunil Narayan's team, got eliminated in the qualifiers. So I think it's a bit biased, a bit partial, but it's the Mumbai
But I'm
Indians
really loving
franchise.
that
They
West
can do
Indies team,
anything.
the outlook, huh?
Yeah,
Richest board will
West Indies
telecast.
is
I
going
think
to
there
be
is
a big, big
telecast.
threat in the
Maybe
T20
there is
World
a
Cup.
telecast for Ranji Trophy. You can watch it on Geo Cinema, if I'm not wrong. There is telecast for Ranji Trophy. Not all matches, but most of the games have telecast for Ranji Trophy.
Yeah, I think the important matches they decide on 2 or 3 matches per round, and I think it's not on Geo Cinema. I think it's still on
So I
Hotstar.
think as we're coming back to ILT10, I think it's going to be DC versus MIE, the final.
Yeah,
What is that? 46
I
of
mean it's MI. You
50
have
odd
to
ball.
bend the rules for Mumbai Indians. If not for the richest, then for whom?
Yeah, yeah. I think the DC team is also pretty nice. I mean, they've got some good players, and I think David Warner is back, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, hopefully.
Everyone will be back for the final, I believe. Then there is Abel, who plays very well for DC. He's been in good form. Then the Sikandar Raza, who hit the last ball six to win. These guys have been in good form, to be very honest. Ridiculous decision, joke of a league. To be honest, we don't even care. We're just talking. Apart from cricket, I believe the current broadcast of Geo is pathetic, very slow. It was better than Hotstar. Should go back on that. I think Hotstar is done. They're sold out to Geo. अभी क्या कर सकते हैं? Geo is the king of the market.
Kapil,
They
Mumbai Indians and the owners are the richest. I think they can buy anything at this point of time.
Exactly. So we all dance to there, but I've always found GeoCinema a little slow. We'll all write
Yeah.
tweets to their broadcast. And I think there's been a lot of glitches as well. Actually, in mobile, there are glitches. If you're watching GeoCinema on TV or on when it comes to laptop, it's much better. So I think mobile
No,
has
I
a lot of
think
glitches.
I'll disagree to that because I had moments of World Cup game itself. I missed out on a couple of moments in the World Cup itself, India's game, last few overs. Some glitch
Mm,
in TV.
I see. Other than that, there's a test match going on between South Africa A and New Zealand. It's been pretty good so far, and most likely South
I
Africa
think
A
South
might
Africa
win.
decided to pull a Graham Smith. They decided Brand to be the captain, left hand opener, come in, be the captain of the side, debutant captaining the side. I think they are
Yeah,
looking at him as if he's the next Graham Smith for them.
yeah.
Uh,
David Bellingham scored a century, and they are well poised. I mean, if they can pick up some wickets tomorrow, though with that bowling attack, it looks impossible
it's
to pick
going to
up
be
any
difficult.
wickets.
I
But
think it was a miracle that they got the first innings lead,
yeah,
especially because the form in which say a Kane Williamson or even a Rachin Ravindra is in.
Desert Vipers are owned by they're owned by Glazers family, yes, but MI Emirates are much more powerful than any Glazer in the world right now. Let's be honest. Geo Reliance Group, they are really owning it. They have their own power and they're showing the world. They're showing the leverage. And I didn't like that particular decision from the Emirates League, but Abhi PSL bhi hai. We'll cover that. I think we'll have an extensive coverage of PSL. Which team do you support in PSL, Sandivani?
I don't support any team in particular, but I was following PSL. I think 2 years back or 3 years back when I like Multan Sultan. I like what was the name of the
Like the
guy?
Rizwan team, no?
Khuzdil Shah. Khuzdil Shah was playing
Yes,
really well
yeah.
in that tournament, but I think it's
When is this league
gone.
starting? 19th, right? I like that team called Lahore Qalandar. It's a very nice team.
La- Lahore Qalandars is, I think, this guy, Shaheen Shah Afridi's team. No,
That's a good team. By the way, I heard Haris Rauf got some termination from PCB, central contract termination for playing league cricket. Everybody has become serious right now. Like, come on, let's
it's the
ban.
time for the T20 World Cup. I mean, it's
Yeah,
the time for the IPL. Time for IPL is coming. The real cricket is coming
Quetta
soon.
Gladiators is what Kapil says. Who's there in Quetta Gladiators? I think
I think he is
this is
referring to Shaheen
Sarfaraz,
Shah
right?
Afridi.
Sarfaraz Ahmed is there.
Sarfaraz Ahmed is in Quetta Gladiators. But they
Yeah, I
keep on changing. I mean, the players keep on changing. The time I was following PSL, I think Babar Azam was playing for Karachi Kings, but now he plays for some other team. He plays under Shaheen Shah Afridi, if I'm not wrong.
the guy got no. I think Babar Azam plays for Peshawar Zalmi now.
Peshawar Zalmi, but he was playing for Karachi Kings, and they had won just the one game in 10 in that season. So I
Did
remember
you watch
that.
any other league? Is there any other league going on? There's I think BPL going on.
No, I
I
think
don't know.
BPL is over.
It's over. I don't know. I
Yeah,
genuinely do not know. I
it
didn't
came and
follow
it
too much.
went. I think Women's Premier League is coming up. I think we can cover that as well.
We'll
We
cover
will
that
cover that
definitely.
indeed.
No,
Yeah,
BPL is still going on, brother. It's still happening.
it's
You
as
can check.
as relevant as this live.
Yeah, Rangapur Riders are on top of the league, and there's Toronto Dhaka.
I think the
Kulna
only time
Tiger.
I turn up and watch BPL is when Shakib Al Hasan misbehaves with the umpire,
Bro,
with the
I'll only
stumps,
watch
or with
BPL
anyone
when
else.
there's no cricket, like COVID time, the first ever league to operate or something of that sort. I should be that bored in life. By the way, where is the third partner? He's a little busy. Rizwan Riza Malan top three for Multan. I mean, it's a good team actually. All are going to
Yeah,
take a
Multan.
good amount of
Hmm.
time, strike rate of 120, 125, 130. I hope they do well. I don't care to be honest. We'll focus on WPL and IPL, and we'll promote as much Test cricket as possible. That's our whole goal. We'll support
Right.
T20 cricket, but we don't
India
want
still
to
needs to qualify for the 2025 World Test Championship finals and complete their redemption. I mean, two World Test Championship final losses, the ODI World Cup final loss,
most
now the
likely
Under
we play
19 World Cup
Australia
final
again.
loss.
I'm not wrong, or South Africa. If we defeat Australia in Australia, we might play. We might not play them, but otherwise we will play them. So that's how it's gonna be. That's about it from us. Thank you all for joining. See you all tomorrow for the second day. Hopefully, you have a good
Hopefully,
day.
Kuldeep Yadav completes a half century.
And Dhruv scores really good runs. That's my hope for the
Yeah,
day. That's about it. Have a good night, all of you. See you
good
all.
night,
Bye.
guys.